Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm gonna talk about the top 5 best Fujifilm cameras. Starting at number 5. Panasonic Lumix S5. Panasonic's S5 is a compact full-frame mirrorless with a very sharp 24-megapixel sensor. The S5 mostly holds its own against the rest of these full-frame cameras in still image quality, but what really sets it apart is the extra video features you won't find elsewhere: support for vlog recording, anamorphic 4K support, and uncropped 4K at 30 frames per second top the list. The result is a camera that's perfect for hybrid video and stills shooters. The S5 uses the L-mount lens system, an effort to do for full frame what Panasonic did for micro four thirds, create a unified lens mount standard. Leica is the driving force behind the L-mount, but Panasonic and Sigma also have plenty of glass and L-mount. That means there's no shortage of lenses for the S5. The biggest shortcoming is the autofocus. Like the bigger S1, there's no phase detection, and the camera relies on a contrast-based detection system, which is slower and less accurate. If you're comparing it to the GH5 for video, it's nearly identical save the lack of a full-size HDMI port. For more information and latest price, check out the product links in description underneath the video. At number 4. Sony A7R IV full-frame mirrorless. Sony's A7R IV uses a 61-megapixel full-frame sensor. From a pure resolution standpoint, it is unmatched. If that's not enough, there's a 16-shot high-resolution mode that can create 240MP images. The dynamic range is outstanding, and the ability to recover detail in the shadows is something you'll only believe once you do it yourself. I was able to pull up shadows in my RAW editor by as much as 5 stops with no more noise than if I had shot at the corresponding ISO in the first place. While the still images the A7R IV produces are frankly remarkable, its video chops are not of the same caliber. That's not to say its specs are bad, but there are more capable video cameras if that's your focus. Other downsides are its price, and its RAW files are huge. If you buy one, pick up some extra hard drives too. Halfway of my listed number 3. Canon EOS R. The Canon EOS R is a mirrorless for people who loved their DSLRs. It's a hefty beast with a solid feel that reminds me of what I used to love about film cameras. Even the on-off switch is made of metal. The sensor is typically Canon, which is to say sharp, with good contrast and the characteristic Canon color rendering. The phase detect autofocus is fast and accurate. One thing I really like is when you change lenses, there's a cover that swings out to protect the sensor from dust. Every camera in this list would benefit from adopting this feature. The R-mount lens system uses a very wide base diameter, like the Nikon system, and achieves similar results. There are fast R lenses around. The better news for those already invested in Canon glass is that there's a $99 adapter that will let you affix just about any older Canon glass to the R. Coming in at number 2. Fujifilm XT4 mirrorless. Fujifilm's XT4 is one of the best values in the camera market. Fujifilm uses APS-C sensors, which are smaller than the full-frame sensors in the rest of the cameras in this guide, but the images are every bit as sharp. The XT4 has in-body image stabilization and significant autofocus improvements compared to its predecessor. There's also a clear division between photo and video mode, so you can easily switch back and forth. The XT4 also offers a fully articulating rear touchscreen, something you won't find in either of the Sony cameras. The camera body's design is reminiscent of film cameras, and perhaps the best thing about it is how seldom you need to use digital controls. ISO, shutter speed, exposure compensation, and shooting modes are all accessible via physical dials. Finally, Fujifilm's excellent line of lenses is surprisingly affordable relative to some of the others on the list, making this one of the least expensive systems to invest in. My only real gripe is the grip. It's on the small side for a body of this size. And number 1. Sony A7R III mirrorless camera. It's not the latest model, but the Sony A7R III remains a fantastic camera. The 42-megapixel full-frame sensor offers incredibly sharp images with excellent dynamic range and enough shooting speed for most of us. It's compact and lightweight enough to carry all day without back strain, and the grip is comfortable in your hand. The 5-axis image stabilization means you can handhold it in lower light, and the 4K video is very nearly full frame thanks to oversampling. All autofocus modes work well, even with adapted lenses, which gives the A7R III an edge over competitors when it comes to lens selection. You can invest not only in Sony glass, but Canon, Minolta, and others as well. What I don't like about it, or any other Sony, is the labyrinthine menu system. Luckily there are enough customizable buttons that it's not too difficult to set things up, so you never need to dive into the menus. For more information and latest price, check out the product links in description underneath the video. Thank you for watching this video. Hope you found it helpful. Please remember to leave a like and subscribe to my channel. If you have any question, you can leave a comment below